You hearing me? No, not hearing you at all. Hold on. Hold on, bro. Give me a sec. Can you hear me? Not hearing you. Still not hearing. Testing something here. Apologize for the technical issues at the moment. Not sure what is happening. Uh, just a second here. All right, I'll jump off. Hoping everyone can hear me. So we wanted to start at 9 p.m. or actually 8:30. I pushed it to 9, and we'd be on for about an hour and a half. Ends up that we starting basically the same time that we've always started, which is around 9:30. We really can't push it much longer than up to 10:30 tonight. So we're gonna try to keep it short and sweet. Um, so what I'm waiting for Al to get his end sorted out. Um, not sure. I'm not sure who's on. I'm not the host, so I can't see who's there. So please smash the like button, comment. I'm not sure if you're streaming, if you're seeing us from Facebook, from YouTube, or I believe it's Twitter. In all the places you are, please make a comment. Let me know that you're here and you're engaged, you're locked in. Um, Apologies for that. So I have a number of different things we wanna touch base on. Mark Nation is here. Blessings as always, bro. What's been going on, Mark? Happy New Year to you, sir, and to all of the Liverpudlians, everyone who is a sports fan. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. So much to talk about, but we I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get into everything because it's a condensed night, and we definitely have to touch, as I said, the situation between the JFF and the players of the national team. Um, I'm not sure if you had the clip that we could actually play a little bit of it and kind of just break it down a bit. Probably the initial part where they were had the initial discussions, and you heard the comments by Bruce Gaynor, or the comments by I was about to say Horace Burrell. He's a man that comes to mind when it comes to the JFF, or the JFF president, um, my crickets, and a couple of other persons that were mentioned in the clip. Just some crazy developments happening, and this has been something that has been going on year in year out in terms of the players being disgruntled about their the financial situation, and it's just crazy how this continues to come again and again and again. So Alice is sorting out his the technical glitches, but at the same time he's still connected. So yeah, I'd like you to play the clip from the start, and let's hear a few minutes of it. Not gonna go through the full length. It's about 21 minutes, so we're just gonna take the first, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes, something like that. But just get the initial stage. We'll decide when to stop. So let's hear that clip. So this is a recording. I'm assuming Damian Lowe is the one that actually decided to record the conversation or the meeting. It was, I'm assuming, a WhatsApp meeting, something to that effect. Damian Lowe representing the players, and on the other side, representing the JFF, was President Mike Ricketts, Bruce Gaynor popped in. I think Simpson's name was called, and a couple other names you might hear pop in. But we're gonna listen to some of the key areas that came out of that. Go ahead, Al, if you're able to. Guess you're gonna share the screen, or you're gonna hope you're gonna bring it forward. Let's take a listen, or let's see if you can bring it up and split the screen. Just waiting for Al to sort that out. Here we go. Right, it's loading. I'm not hearing. Are you the listeners? Sorry, the viewers are able to hear? Could you comment and if you're hearing what's going on here? All right, so Mark is here. Mark, can you hear the clip? I'm not sure if anyone else is with you, but Mark, are you able to hear? Can you respond in the chat, in the comment section? Are you able to hear the clip? Definitely not hearing at all. Let me check something here. Hold on, just a second. No. That can't.
We have said that we understand the hazard of situation that we're facing.
Sorry, Al.
One proposal for
Sorry, Al.
risk.
Al, can you hear me? Yeah.
So we want to say we can keep
I think I've solved the issue. Sorry, I'm hearing now. My apologies. So I think I've solved the problem. So it was something on mine. My apologies. So go ahead and start the clip again from the start.
So we want to make a proposal.
Criticism. So just smash that.
Yeah, right around there. Sorry about that.
And we have said that we understand the hazardous situation that we're facing. So we want to make a proposal, one-off proposal for the risk factor.
Yeah.
So we want to say we can give each player an additional $1,000 and call it a risk allowance. How would that work out?
So that would be, so how much would be the total for both games? 4,000.
No. It's 1,500 for each, and it's 500 per game for the hazard. This is a one-off payment of $1,000.
So it'd be $1,500
for the risk factor. It's based upon the risk factor that you guys have put forward. Right. It's something we really can't afford, but we can.
How about
and the real factor, man, is to qualify. So,
yeah,
but you and I had a discussion, and you agree that it can't be no anything else but winning and doing well.
Yes, but at the end of the day, we have to be rewarded for whatever risk we take or whatever we do. You know, it goes both ways. You understand? All right, I have a proposal. Why don't we do the players who play in the game, who play more than you can say 30 minutes in the game, get 2,000, and then the players who don't play get 1,500.
Say that again. So the players who play 30 minutes or more in a game get 2,000, and the players who play less than 30 minutes get 1,500. Well, I had suggested that those who don't play get 1,000. No, that can't work. That can't work. $1,000. That is the problem. All right, listen. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, this is not sticking up. No. That can't work. The $1,000 cannot. It's not feasible at all. May I tell you the truth? I'm gonna be honest with you right now. The players will not travel for $1,000. The players not going to travel. Mr. Wint, I tell you. I sent an email. I sent an email on behalf of the whole representatives speak on behalf of the team. So whatever I talk or say right now is not on behalf of me only, it's on behalf of the team. So whenever I speak, I'm talking about in reference to the team. The team, including myself, won't travel for $1,000. And let me say something, dear man. We to act on that, we have no communication from the other players. Which other? Because we don't need. No, it's one voice. Listen, Mr. President. So if any one of us, if Andre contact you, Kemar, anybody contact you, that name was listed, they represent us, because all of us have one voice, one view. Whatever is talked about over again with Uno, everybody know about it. It's not like just me I talk. To me I talk on behalf of the team. So you don't have to necessarily hear from all 5 persons. So they gave me the power to relate to Uno and to make everybody know what's going on. So me just to be honest with you, and may I tell you straight, the players won't travel for 1,000.
Mark, I hope you're hearing as the clip is
going. The players won't travel for 1,000.
If you're hearing no, say something. You can say sound or hearing.
So again, $2,000 can be for the players 30 because we're not all right. 2,500, okay, you say no. 2,500, we say all right. $2,000, no, everybody can get $2,000. We say all right. Plan C. $2,000 for the players who play more than 30 minutes, $1,500 for the players who play less than 30 minutes.
Damien, the federation cannot afford that. If you check out that amount of money.
All right, listen, we're traveling. Listen, there are variables. All right, listen. We know everything. The word, there's data out there. We know that you guys received the 500K plus another 500K. All right, that's 100 million. You say it was $100 million in debt. All right, scratch that. Again, we don't know the exact figures, how much you get from the Saudi for the 2 games, but we can formally request that, and you have to give it to us. And we can also ask for the expense for the trip, and you have to give it to us, and then we can compare and see how much money we do duly deserve, and I guarantee you it's not $1,000. Who is this I'm talking to? 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 Who is this? Who is this?
No, seriously, we're going to take some serious action because it just cannot work.
All right, here you go, Mr. President.
We just cannot sit and allow the
plan.
Make demands.
No, it's negotiating. What do you mean? How is it demands? All right, Mr. President, listen. If you said, no, me I give $1, I'm going to say, Mr. President, actually, I said, no, here go on, 1.5. I'm going to say, here go on. Give me 2. Yeah, it's just negotiation. This is the thing. We can't have bad blood if we have conversation like this. Why Mr. Gainer act like this?
Mr. President, can I say something, Damien?
It's not about no bad blood or nothing. I say no party shop, nothing.
Damien.
Yeah.
Listen to me, son. That $500,000 that you said FIFA sent us is for COVID relief.
Yeah. So that's something I say like, we never talk about that.
Hold on, Damien.
No, but Mr. Sargina, yeah, be disrespectful to me like say me I try. I'm not disrespecting. We can have a regular conversation,
Will you give me a minute to say something?
Yeah, well, listen.
All right, that $500,000 is budgeted towards different programs, including the Premier League.
Yeah, okay,
including
understood.
the Parish Association.
Understood.
Including debts that we have incurred.
Understood.
And pay you guys out of.
Understood.
Recently, Damien, you just got some money.
Yeah, but that money was duly deserved to us. That's the promise you guys made.
Right.
It wasn't out of anything like,
right.
okay,
So
we're
I'm
asking.
saying all of those monies are monies that were earmarked and spent.
Yeah, understood.
Damien.
Understood. But I was just making
Right.
a reference of
There's
like
no-
pertaining to
hold on a
numbers.
second, Damien, you just bringing up some numbers. I'm saying
Yeah.
presently we don't have one sponsor for the
Yeah.
senior men's team.
Mm-hmm.
That's even one. No, the majority the money that we have received from Saudi will be spent on airfare,
Mm-hmm.
spent on you guys, and we have to find money from the JFF to make it up.
For this trip.
Right? For this trip.
So what's the
No,
sense
we
to make a
start-
trip
we
if
start- hold on,
you have
Damien,
to spend
we
your
start
own
and we
money?
discuss. Huh?
Why would you take a game where you have to spend your own money to make it up
Damien,
if a team is
Damien.
hosting us?
JFF, let me explain something to you. As much as we are saying, man, you think every game we play we get money from it.
No, I'm just saying like no, but
Most time it costs us, Damien. Because the fact is that this trip is a very long trip and it's very expensive.
mm-hmm.
You guys will be getting per diem. The per diem is in excess of $1,200.
Yeah, but we have to get that. That's
No, we don't have to do that.
yeah, but we are ranked number 3 in CONCACAF and a top 50 country in the world. We have to get treated according to how we are ranked.
Damien, you're not listening. You're talking about money.
Yeah,
And I'm explaining the spend of the money.
yeah. All right.
Right?
Here I go on now.
And
Here I
you're
go on
saying
now.
it's
Mr. What the JFF can offer? What can the JFF offer us right now? Give me what the JFF can offer.
Yeah,
man, it's a win. Allow me to set up. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So the total in terms of if you got 2-2 per game, that's 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the JFF is saying technically we give you 3.
So 5-5 each.
No,
Yeah, 5-5 on each. So 1,500 per game.
Just 1,500 per game. I don't think that's a bad position.
All right, Mr. Sims, here.
If you're starting from 4.
Listen, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
That is a position that can work.
Mr. Sims, I will contact you guys shortly. In less than 30 minutes, I'll reach out to the group.
All right, I think
you know what you guys offered.
you can
No,
talk
if,
now.
yeah, let me ask.
No, listen.
You think
I will.
All right, so I know you hear me. I'm not sure if you're able to come back in at all. Actually, I would absolutely love if you could be able to get back on the stream because we have to get into this, and I don't want to tackle this alone because this is something that is okay, good. This is something near and dear to your heart. Let's hope that the image can come up. And Al, if you have an issue with the video, the camera, just cut the camera and just you can stick with audio. Yeah, I'm seeing you. So if you have a visual issue, just cut the visual. Yeah. Yeah. Talk, bro. Let me see if I can hear you. But I don't even know if you're talking. I can't see if your mouth is moving. This is very unfortunate because this is something that I think is very critical for us to have a discussion about at this juncture. And there's so many areas that have to be touched in this particular clip. I heard something. Is that you, Al? Man, this is so disappointing right now. Mark, well, I'm not even sure who's on the stream now, but anyone who's on the stream, because I can't see the the guests who are on. I can't see who's watching. If there's anyone, feel free to make a comment about what you just heard about the situation with the JFF and the football players and the plans that they made. For me, all right. So, where do we start? Again, this has been a problem for many years. People are saying that it seems to be, let's put it point blank, the blacks. So it will be the African nations that you've always heard, some issues, and also our local team. We've always had the money issues, as the president, Mike Cricket, is saying, always feels as if the team is sticking them up and they don't have any money. And there's but one of the issues, just to touch that, is that there's always a lack of transparency. That's a problem. It happens in our local football when we don't know what the books look like, we don't know what the expenditures are and the income. Though the prize money is very low, there still needs to be proper accounting, and that is not done. Or if it is done, we, the public, are completely unaware of of what's going on there. That's another problem. No transparency. But the JFF, again, no transparency, right? And the players are constantly complaining. They're believing that it's a revolt by one man, Damian Lowe. It seems that's their thinking, because they don't know who these players are. Damian is saying that all the players are on board, and anything that I say, and he did mention, I don't remember if it passed in the clip or further down, he mentioned himself, the goalkeeper, captain, captain, as far as I know, because I think I'm not sure if Damon was taking over the captaincy, but as far as I know, Andre Blake. So there was Lowe, Blake, Mariappa is still in the side. I think it was Mariappa. I heard Hector, Michael Hector, and maybe there was a fifth person. I don't remember who's the name. Forgive me. In terms of any one of these persons that come on board, they are representing the team. Damon mentioned multiple times about the emails that were sent, and there was no response to the emails. At the back end of the clip, he speaks to the email, again, not being responded to, and begging them to respond via, in whichever way, have some level of correspondence. That's also an issue. And JFF have dropped the ball many times when it comes to proper transparency, a proper disclosure, and so forth. Now, when it comes to the issue of the money, here is another option that I'm throwing to the table. So, okay, so fine, they said 2,000. The guy said they can't travel for 1,000, right? Is that okay for you guys? Do you think that they're being unreasonable? So Damon said 2,000 for the players. This is besides the per diem. All right, so instead, for those who play 30 minutes and above, or above 30 minutes, those players should get $2,000. For those who play 30 minutes or less, they get $1,500. I'm bringing in another option. So those who sit on the bench and don't get in the game at all, they probably could be paid $1,000. So it's three tiers: $2,000 for the players that play above 30 minutes, $1,500 for those who play below 30 minutes, and for those who don't come off the bench, they get $1,000 for the game. So that's another option. Sorry about that. So I don't know what to make of it, but they're also saying that they have to be shifting money from one. It wasn't said in the clip, but it's in the clip as well, the full clip. Money has to be shifted from one area to another, move money around to cover this expense, and then they have to find now another means to get the money back to where they took it from. All of these things are just so haphazard and so all over the place, and that's another issue. The JFF, as far as I'm concerned, does not do a good job of income generation. They don't do a good job of being able to put things in place, put plans in place to earn or to acquire income, so that they can offset the huge expenditure bill that they say they have. And to be honest, that they do have a bill. They do have a bill outstanding, right? But at the same time, I think they don't do enough There's not enough PR work. There's not enough done to for brand Jamaica. They haven't taken opportunities to ensure that there's finances being earned so that they don't have to be dependent on all and sundry. I don't think they've done enough to engage corporate Jamaica to try to gain an income or get money then for the program. So there's a whole lot that I think they haven't done a good job of. Um, what else? Those are some of the major things that come to mind. Um, yeah, they just poor management. Talking about a partition and demeaning, as far as I see, Damian Lowe the way he did, disrespectfully, Bruce Gaynor. These are some of the things that are there. The older heads are constantly acting and operating this way when it is not necessary. If you have if you're having a discussion and you're negotiating in which to handle the situation
Hey,
as
bro.
opposed to
Can you hear
speaking.
me?
Yes, brother. Finally, what did you do wrong? Are you hearing me? Ali, hearing me? Well, I don't know. Al's things is acting haywire. But yeah, so I'm hearing Al or hearing some sound in the background. Not sure if he's hearing me. Al, can you hear me? Plug this out and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys are hearing me. Um, Al is having some serious technical difficulties. Sorry about that. I apologize again for that. But one of the final things I want to touch is Damian was very concerned about the ranking. Their ranking is in jeopardy in terms of not being in the top 50. That affects their opportunities to travel to Europe, or players to get the opportunity to travel to Europe and earn a substantial income. They're not going to get that type of income in Jamaica. They're not going to get that type of income around the Caribbean. There are very few places that they would get the opportunity to earn a decent income with the short span of a career that football is, unless they get European opportunities. And as the stipulation is from FIFA, if you're not within the top 50, within I think it's a 1.5 or 2 year period, then you are ineligible to be able to play for a European outfit, and that's a big hit on their coffers, on their pockets. So these are some critical concerns that they have. And plus, as he said, they're third in CONCACAF, right behind Mexico and the USA, and they're ranked in the top 50. So that is something that is very creditable and deserves to be treated accordingly in terms of proper compensation. And there are guidelines, I'm sure, that would speak to that. So it's a very unfortunate situation, and this needs to be sorted out. The JFF has to get their house in order. Bruce Gaynor, I think, owes an apology to Damian Lowe and the team by extension for his pronouncements about this not being a party shop. Um, and they keep talking him about calling him son, and but listen, it's not no son and a boy type of discussion, right? Well, they didn't say boy, but son. Listen, this is that he's a big man, and as he said, he's a business major. He's done that in his studies, and so he's not here to represent the JFF. And I mean, I didn't want to play the whole clip, but maybe I should have. But anyway, that's beside the point. It's on YouTube that anyone can find it. But at the back end of it, they're saying he's representing the JFF, and how he should basically go back to the players. And he said, listen, I'm not here with the JFF. I'm representing the boys. I'm representing the footballers. I'm a footballer, not a JFF representative. They were trying to bring it off like that. He's a part of the committee, and he's saying he's having none of it. So the way they treat these things, it is just absolutely crazy. So for me, this is not going to end right now. So there's a lot more, I'm sure, that's going to be unearthed, and hopefully, though, there's a resolution, because going into the World Cup campaign with these issues hanging over their heads, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to help the cause, and it's probably going to dent the hopes of Jamaica qualifying for another World Cup. All right. So unfortunately, Al is not able to give a response and to speak to the whole thing. So I'll just have to move on. Next, let us touch the English Premier League that has had a number of games take place over the last few weeks. Fixtures have come thick and fast, as I like to say. A number of games have transpired since the last time we had a show, and I'm not gonna go into the length and breadth of it. As I said, we wanted to cut off at around 10:30, and that time is fast approaching. So I just want to keep it as concise as I can. So I'm just gonna bring up some fixtures and kind of take a quick look at it. Let me deal with the EFL Cup, as they call it, the League Cup, quickly. Manchester City, as I said earlier, not in this stream, we had a little technical difficulty, but in the previous stream, I was saying Manchester City has gotten to the final. I believe it's their sixth final in. Is it sixth? Sixth final in. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers, but they are going for their fourth or fifth League Cup. I think it's fourth in a row. So they've dominated this competition over the last few years. Well, that's pretty easy to find who has won the League Cup. So I can easily find that English League Cup. But they dismissed Manchester United, so it's a Manchester derby. Manchester United were effectively at home, were not able to do anything. Initially, in the first few minutes, there was a number of goals that were chalked off for VAR. So there was a bit of excitement there. Marcus Rashford put the ball in the back of the net. It was chalked off. Then I think Ilkay Gundogan or Phil Foden, one of the two, pulled the ball in the back of the net. That was chalked off for offside. And so though the interplay at the initial stages was fast-paced and a lot of action took place. But going into the second half, Manchester City took control. Boy, John Stones, I don't know what he's been eating or drinking. I still honestly would have to say I'm a bit suspect of him, but it seems the partnership between himself and Ruben Dias is a solid one. They've hardly conceded any goals, if any, over the last number of games. Emerick Laporte, who I would have him as their number one defender prior to his injury, But post injury, he's not gotten a look in. I saw him very um, despondent on the bench in one of the games. He just looked, you know, he looked out of sorts. He was just an unhappy man when he was left on the bench, and he's continued to be on the bench for the most part. He's hardly gotten a game. I think he played the last round of the League Cup or something that effect, or the FA Cup. I don't remember which competition, and he got an opportunity to play. But when it comes to the business end and in the Premier League, he's not gotten a look in. I'm very surprised. But for what it's worth, for Pep, it is Diaz and Stones that have formed a very good partnership, and they've hardly looked. They've been impenetrable. Um, Beside a few chances here and there, the long and short of it is no one has really scored on them. And so, is Manchester City now slowly but surely coming back to true form? And are they going to be ramping towards another Premier League title with all the teams that are uh, that are stalling, like my Liverpool, that had opportunities to stretch the lead? I missed those opportunities on two to three occasions, especially two occasions when you'd speak to teams like West Brom and Fulham, and now they've been pulled back into the pack. Manchester United has an opportunity to take the lead with the game in hand over Liverpool in terms of point standings. So the whole house has crumbling, if you don't want to put it that way, for Liverpool at the moment. They had a good start. Other teams, you know, as we like to say, stumbled, but them too, as we say in Jamaican parlance, had an issue there. Now Liverpool is going through their funk. They're going through their bad patch, and so as far as I've been saying for the last few weeks, I can't see anyone getting more than 80 points to win this title. That's how close it's gonna be, or how low scoring this competition is gonna be to win the Premier League title. It's going to be very, very difficult to pull away based on the results. Other teams are really scrapping and fighting for points, and the lower teams or the smaller teams are getting some results. So they're going to take away points from the big teams, and the big teams have to try to eke out results as much as possible, try to get wins. Draws, it seems, don't really do much for you. Liverpool has had a number of drawn games. Manchester United has lost, I think, 4 games and are still have a game in hand and the possibility to go ahead of Liverpool, as they did in 2008-9 when Liverpool had, I think it was 11 draws and still lost the title by, I think it was 4 points. So so draws don't really help. Wins and losses it's better you win 5 and lose 5 than you draw 10, because that's 15 points compared to 10 points. All right, so that number speaks for itself. So Spurs in another final. They've hardly been in finals, but they beat Brentford. Heung-min Son at it again. Musa Sissoko getting on the score sheet as well. And they dismissed Brentford at home and are in another final. They were in the Champions League final, which I lost to my Liverpool. Yes. And they were in a league final. I think it's a League Cup or FA Cup final some 5 to 6 years ago in 2015. And so they have another opportunity. That was under Mauricio Pochettino. They have another opportunity now under Jose Mourinho to try to get a league title. Sorry, a League Cup. And that would do the world of good for their confidence. They're a team that is short when it comes on confidence when it comes to trying to get over the hump and win a trophy. I think if they are able to get one over on Pep's Manchester City, then it will do them a world of good in terms of heading into the back end of the Premier League campaign. Maybe they'll have a resurgence and have an opportunity to end their long drought as Premier League or English champions. Obviously going from League One or League One to the Premiership. So let's wait and see how that unfolds. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna go through some of the results quickly, as time is going pretty quickly. Let's see. So this week technically is an off week, because the Premier League resumes. I think it's around I think next weekend. So this week is cup games. Liverpool has a cup game on Friday. That's the FA Cup. The final of the League Cup, by the way, is going to be in April, if memory serves me right. So they have a little while to wait until they play this particular final, so them can breeze out and wait for that final to come, and it should be a good one. Jose Mourinho and Pep. I'm not sure if they're best of friends. Mourinho has found a way quite a number of occasions to upset the bookies, or upset the apple cart, or turn over the apple cart when it comes to Pep and his dominance. Mourinho has found a way to needle his way and turn things in his favor. He's hardly lost cup finals. He's lost to one in recent memory. Any other time he gets into a final, he usually wins it. So let's look out for that. Let's see. Right. So as I said, this weekend is the weekend of the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, thereabout. So there's no Premier League games on this weekend, but the league games are going to be picking up on the 12th of January, where you're going to have Sheffield going against Newcastle. Sheffield can't buy a win, so I expect Newcastle to win that. Same day, is that it? Hold on, round one. What's that? I'm not getting this. I don't understand why I would say round one, unless it's okay, I understand. So the fixture, the makeup fixture, long-awaited makeup fixture that Manchester United and Manchester City should have, because they didn't start the league like everyone else. They started a week later. So Burnley is going to be at home to Manchester United for the makeup game. That should have been the first fixture of the campaign. That's going to be in week 18. And then Manchester City plays in week 19, or around 19, for the makeup fixture that they should have had at the start of the season. So that is where that is gonna come in. And Manchester City is going to play Aston Villa on the 20th of January. So those are the makeup games to bring everyone else on level pegging in terms of the fixtures. And we're gonna see how this pans out, because City are on a good run. They're gonna play Crystal Palace, which is a game that they should win. They're gonna play Brighton, which is another game that they should be able to win. And because Liverpool dropped points again, it's going to allow Manchester City to get even closer, if not overtake Liverpool for the title race. And it's going to go down to the wire, I believe, this time around. It's not going to be a runaway by any team. Liverpool had the opportunity to stretch their legs and make it almost impossible for other teams to catch them. Not that I shouldn't say impossible, but it would have dented their confidence, because had Liverpool acquired the points that person general would have thought they would have gotten, it would have been demoralizing for the other teams, and Liverpool would have had a cushion to work with. But that's not the case. So the fixtures, we can touch that. Let me see. Let me just verify when is the 12th to see if we're gonna have the show is gonna be. Oh, okay. So the 12th is a Tuesday. So some games would have already been underway before we come back on air. All right. So let me just touch that quick. I'm all over the place because I'm gonna try to keep it short. So for the round that is impending, as I said, makeup game, Burnley, Man U. Expect Man U to beat Burnley, because Man U's on a good run, especially away. They find a way to get the victory, and unfortunately, I think they're gonna get the victory there, and they now head the league standing by 3 points over Liverpool, going into the round the round 19. Well, they're gonna round 18. Put it that way. A number of teams won't be playing in round 18. I guess those are the teams that are out of the FA Cup. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. So, and we also have to bear in mind that there are a number of games that keep on being postponed. So there are a number of games that are gonna have to be made up. Teams have not been able to play games because of the coronavirus. There's a new strain, they say, in England, and so a number of games that, because of precautionary measures, have had to be postponed. So that's another big issue that is happening right now. So any of these games can be called off. They're going to be behind closed doors now. Liverpool's fixture against Manchester United is going to be behind closed doors, so no fans are allowed in the stadium. So there's so much that's happening in England right now. I think football is to some on the back burner. Wolves to play Everton, very good game. I think Wolves is a team that can win games as well. And Everton has been stumbling a bit, but they can win a game that sometimes you may not expect them to, because they have quality players, and their coach Ancelotti is a top class coach. So Nuno Espirito the coach of Wolves, is expecting them to come good and have a good showing in that fixture. Manchester City versus Brighton. Manchester City should be able to dismiss Brighton quite easily. Aston Villa Tottenham is a very interesting game because Villa surprisingly has kept clean sheets. They've been very competitive. They have gotten a number of games, victories in games that maybe you wouldn't expect them to usually get, but they are a very competitive team this year. They have a couple games in hand as well that they can propel themselves up the table. Villa is a real surprise package this season. I'm not going to say they're a dark horse, but I'm very surprised at what they've been doing, and they are in good stead so far. Arsenal to play Crystal Palace, the resurgent Arsenal to play Palace, who's been stumbling a bit. I expect Arsenal at home to take that fixture. That's round 18, so very few fixtures in that round. That's 3-4 games that are going to be played in that round. Round 19, the following the following week. Let me see what's going to happen there. Round 19 starts on the 15th, so we should have a show by then. So I'll leave that alone. Just to go back a bit, let me move this here just a second. Let's see. Oh, let me also bring up the standings. Oh, I'm sorry I can't show you that. I don't have the hosting capabilities to. Well, let me see if I can share screen. I should be able to share my screen. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna share it in a second. Hopefully that can be shown there. All right. So where am I? Round 17. The results of round 17. Yeah. Oh, okay. So round 17 saw Liverpool lose to Southampton. Southampton played a fabulous game. A really good strike by Danny Ings. Should have been defended better, to be honest, by Trent Alexander-Arnold. The ball basically just passed right by him, and he should have effected a clearance or done something. Did nothing. Danny Ings from a set piece from James Ward-Prowse, who I got rid of in my fantasy league. Thank you, James. Created the assist for that. And Danny Ings, a real, as you call it, training ground type of set piece. And Danny Ings lobbed Alisson, and they held on to that lead pretty early in the fixture, and Liverpool was just not able to score and haven't been scoring at all. Chelsea losing 3-1 to Manchester City. City were in cruise control. Chelsea scored very late on a consolation goal. Well-deserved victory for City. And they, as I said, they seem to be purring again. Leicester, the Foxes, dismissed Newcastle. Pretty competent Leicester team. Again, I think Newcastle scored late, if memory serves me right. But Brendan Rodgers' team are also doing quite well. Arsenal again finding form. Everybody seems to find muscle and strength against Liverpool, not so much against some other teams. And Arsenal quickly dismissed West Brom team that were pretty poor overall. Brighton and Wolves. I didn't even know that this game ended 3-3. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't even remember what happened. Let me see. I just bring it up quickly. I didn't even remember that this fixture ended in a 3-all tie. So Trossard assisted Connolly for the first goal. Oh yeah, I remember some of it now. Roman Saiz again seems to be unable to stop scoring. He scored a header. I believe it was a header. Yeah. Own goal by Dan Burn. Ruben Neves scored a penalty. And then Neil Maupay got a penalty himself. And Lewis Dunk in the 70th minute from another Trossard assist scored a goal, and it ended 3 apiece. Palace beating Sheffield. The hapless left Sheffield that can't seem to find a goal. And Spurs beat Leeds, dismissed Leeds 3-0. Hyun-Min Song and Kane acted again, both with a goal and an assist. Manchester United defeated a dogged Aston Villa. Quite fortunate, I think Man U were. Towards the back end of that game, but they've been finding results, and they got another victory. West Ham defeating Everton away. West Ham has also been looking good, also gotten some good results as well. So David Moyes is doing a good job there. And the previous round again, Liverpool drawing with Newcastle, unexpected away. So they've not been at it at all. They've looked pretty poor, to be honest, and so other teams have now caught them up. And so it has been for the last couple of fixtures. The usual suspects. Arsenal defeating Chelsea. So Chelsea has been a wobble, and we have to touch this again. Is Frank Lampard now under some serious pressure to keep his job? Should he stay until the season ends, or should, as Roman Abramovich loves to do, dismiss his managers early in the piece and bring someone else in when he's not satisfied? That is something to look at. Should Mikel Arteta stay in his post with the recent resurgence by Arsenal, or does he lack the vision and the foresight and the ability to take them where they need to go? And should he be dismissed as well, and they get someone more competent and with more experience? So those are some of the things that are some of the topics, or some of the areas that I've been looking at, and there's much more to speak to in the near future. Let me see. I think I brought up the league table, so let me see if I can just give it a quick. No, that's not it. Just gonna give it a quick point standing for the league, English Premier League. So much to talk about. Didn't get to touch it again. Gini Wijnaldum, another hot topic. There's a stalemate between himself and Liverpool in terms of signing a contract. Sergio Ramos in Spain, out of contract again as well. Lionel Messi, so many persons that are topics of discussion. Lionel Messi potentially, is he going to be leaving Barcelona finally, as many would say he needs to do, and go to, again, from some people are saying Manchester City. Liverpool, do they need to get a defender? Is Liverpool being stubborn, not getting a recognized defender when they have an issue at the back? Timo Werner, what is happening to Timo Werner? He can't seem to find a goal. Himself and Kai Havertz have been struggling. Was it a good decision for Liverpool not to sign him? Or after all, or would he have thrived in the system that Liverpool would have employed? And would Liverpool have benefited now from a fit Timo Werner being in the lineup and freshening things up when you have Firmino, Salah and Mane struggling? Diogo Jota obviously out with injury, and is that showing up now? So would he have been best served, that's Timo Werner, to be at Liverpool? So many questions, so many things to ask, but I think I'll leave it there until next time. We can always pick it up again and touch some other topics of interest and other topics that we want to discuss. So again, thank you so much for joining me on iRepSports. It was a pleasure being with you again. Hope to see you on our next adventure on Wednesday, God willing. Same time, same place. I will see what you'll get the notification. So hit the like button, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube, And on Facebook, you also have a notification that you can set, or a reminder that you can set. Anytime the show is on, you'll get notified, and it will pop up in your notifications. Twitter as well, wherever you are. Send a shout out, send a comment, send a like, share the link, and so that someone else can be a part of the discussion and join the iRepSports family. Thank you so much for joining me, Alric by extension, who was the host, but he's had some serious technical difficulties. As you see scrolling on the bottom of the screen, you can find us at Facebook at iRepSports, Twitter iRepSports TV 1, and on YouTube iRepSports TV. Thank you again for joining me on iRepSports. See you all next time. Take care. Good night. Good morning, wherever you are. Goodbye until next time.